So next, Kevin Burge asks, any thoughts on how current creators can overcome the problem of distribution as the industry contracts? And then you add, and I know we don't answer anonymous questions, but off topic, but any idea how Diamonds Bankruptcy will affect AV, since they're both related? My working model right now is, I'm certainly open to outside distribution. The idea of outside distribution, if someone wants to distribute Cerebus, if someone wants to be the distributor for the Cerebus trade paperbacks, or go, let's try something with the Cerebus trade paperback, that's fine. Nothing is off the table, but it's Cerebus is not the Taylor Swift of comics right now, so that's not really an issue. So I tend to go on the basis of, as long as we can do Kickstarters, we will do Kickstarters and try and figure out how to make them more successful. So in talking about current creators, which is the premise of your question, Kevin, I think the rule that I always had all along is you only get into trouble when you're looking out past the audience you have and going, okay, where's the unwashed millions? How do I get the unwashed millions to all become Cerebus fans? It's you build on what you have by focusing on what you have and adjusting your business model, your approach to the people that you have. Let's say ridiculous, in reductio absurdum est. Let's say that you've done a comic book and you're doing a Kickstarter and you're asking for $5 and you get 8 people that are willing to pay $5 for the comic book that you're Kickstartering. Well, in that case, the thing that you do is go, okay, it's no great difficulty for me to completely spoil these 8 people, because there's only 8 people. If you do the same Kickstarter and you suddenly have 4,000 backers, well, you can't do the same thing for 4,000 backers that you can do for 8 backers. So always focus on that. As a creator, if you're going, okay, I have created my comic book and now I'm going out in the marketplace and I don't have any offers from distributors or comic book stores, so I am going to try the Kickstarter model. Then right away, lowball what your goal is. Say, I really just want to take in $5. I would just like to have, as many people as possible read my comic book, and I'll print it at a local photocopy place, and then absorb the cost of mailing it to the people who supported my Kickstarter, and then be productive. It's okay, you did that comic book, you did a Kickstarter for it. This is how many people you got. This is how much you could spoil each one of them. This is as hands-on as you can be with your backers, saying, I really do want to do this for a living. I'm not making a living right now, but definitely I will be keeping in touch with each one of you, letting you know all down the line where I am with issue number 2. So it's the problem of distribution is really orders of magnitude above that. and is not really something current creators have to deal with. Current creators, I think, just have to perceive accurately. Say, this is how many readers I've got. This is how many backers that I've got. People who will give me actual money to send them a copy of my comic book. Make sure that you autograph it. If they would like it personalized, personalize it. If they would like a sketch on the cover, do a sketch on the cover. If they would like a sketch with it, do a sketch with it. And just say, this is, I do think that my comic book is good, and I do think that more people will come to it. But don't fall for the if you build it, they will come model. That doesn't work. You build it, the creative work, and then find out how many people will come, and then play as fair and square as you can with them. So relating to that, Diamonds Bankruptcy hasn't affected AV. The last time that we sent books to Diamond was the large Swords and Cerebus in Hell with a question mark trade paperback order that we got in, and it took them a while to pay, but they did pay, and now they're all paid up. So my attitude on distribution is, if Diamond is all paid up, we will, we are going to solicit them for Nerudibus, and we are going to solicit them for Cerebus Archive number 11, and we are going to lose money because there's really not a logistical way to give Diamond 60% off and have a affordable cover price. So my attitude towards Diamond right now is, we don't want Diamond's accounts, their comic stores, suffering and not being able to get Cerebus because we can't figure out a way to make the numbers work. We will take the profits that we have from the Kickstarter, and that will be used to subsidize making sure that Diamond's client stores are able to get the material. If it happens that Diamond can't reorganize and can't adjust itself to the present realities, then that will just mean that we sent them a shipment and we didn't get paid for that shipment. But over the years, Aardvark Vanaheim is Diamond Comic Distributors vendor number 4 on a list of thousands and thousands of vendors. This goes back to the late 1970s, early 1980s, and we'll stick with Diamond right through the bitter end, wherever that bitter end is. If it's next week, next month, 5 months from now, 6 months from now. Now it looks like just about everybody has jumped ship. All of the people that Diamond has been relying on, after Image left, and then this publisher left, and this publisher left, and this publisher left. Their model is definitely on shaky ground. But I wouldn't rule out, if when you finally downscale and downscale and downscale Diamond to match the present situation, why don't you just be the distributor for the Cerebus trade paperbacks? You don't have anybody else, so you can afford to devote a lot of time and energy and attention to the Cerebus trade paperbacks, and we will continue to supply you with them. I'm not saying we won't supply them to anybody else, but right now, Diamond Comics has all of the Cerebus trade paperback inventory, thousands and thousands of Cerebus trade paperbacks. If Diamond could keep going, that's got to be at least close to a centerpiece of something that they could build the post-2025 Diamond comic distributors. And if they're not able to keep going, those are probably going to be of interest to whoever fancies themselves the next would-be Diamond comic distributors.
Well, I know that there's a Canadian distributor that is interested in buying Diamond's Subsidy, the gaming company, or gaming distributor, and Diamond UK, which, it's one of those, it sounded weird, like, okay, there's Diamond and there's Diamond UK, but then you find out that Diamond UK was stores that Diamond bought and, built into Diamond UK type thing, so it's technically a separate entity. And I'm going, well, if you're buying Diamond UK and you're buying Alliance, why not put in an offer for Diamond? I mean, the business is there. You just have to get over the hurdle of, the cash flow problem that they're currently in of, they owe people money and they don't have money coming in type thing. And I don't know, it's one of those, when I first saw the article, I'm like, okay, this doesn't sound good. And then, I shared it with the Service and Hell guys, and Sean Robinson came back with, because somebody went, well, there's always Lunar or Random Penguin House, and it's like Random Penguin House takes 4 months to pay. Like, is that going to be the kind of terms that anybody wants to get in bed with? Of, you're going to ship off your book, from date of sales to payment is 4 months. Like, that's a little bit of a stretch. And then Lunar's payment is 6 weeks, which that kind of makes sense. And I'm just, I keep in the back of my head going, I remember the distributor wars of the 90s, and when there was Capital and there was Diamond and there was this guy, and there was all regional. Like, maybe we'll go back to regional distribution where the West Coast is going to have this hub, and this guy buys all the books that go to the West Coast.
Right. And we're already in the situation of, why should I wait 6 weeks or 4 months for my money when Kickstarter pays in 2 weeks? And at that point, it becomes, okay, you could maybe make a persuasive argument, or at least an argument as a publisher, that this is how we need to do things. As a creator, Al Nickerson definitely said, at the scale that he's operating at, I can't really see factoring in a distributor. I can't even see factoring in stores in a lot of senses, because it's like the store needs a discount in order to make it viable for them. And they're concerned about, how much is it going to cost to ship this. Right now, I can't, by agreement, I can't sell anything to anybody at a better deal than I'm giving Diamond, which is 60% off. If Diamond becomes no longer viable, then I no longer have that agreement. And I can say, to Menachem Lukens at Escape Pod Comics, I'll give you 90% off. All you have to do is take 200 Cerebus trade paperbacks. And, okay, I'll take a loss on it, but at least I know that Menachem Lukens, who is, a very reliable and devoted Cerebus fan and store owner, if there's anybody I'm going to give 90% off to, it's going to be Menachem. They're probably going to be very, very expensive books, but at that point, other options are on the table. But at this point, I'm definitely not writing off Diamond. Chapter 11 doesn't mean you're toast. Chapter 11 means reorganization to go okay, is there another jigsaw puzzle that we can make out of these pieces? And Diamond definitely has a lot of heavyweight talent who are used to reconfiguring things and have been reconfiguring things since they opened the doors in the early 1980s. And wouldn't surprise me at all to see Diamond go, okay, this is a very weird Diamond comic distributors compared to what you're used to, but here's what we see as our new square one, and let's run it up the flagpole and see who salutes.
Right.